Good morning, one and all. Good afternoon. G'day. Good night. How are you? I'm Steve, and this is Woodworking Masterclass for a day at the bench with Steve, or in the shed. And Bob, but Bob's just left. I'm not totally there today. Hang on, I've just missed that. Let me just get that centered. Oh, well, I mean, I am there. It's just, there we go. That should do me. I haven't got all my postings up yet, so I've got to do them. And I thought, well, no, you're running late. You got to come on, and they will understand if we've got a bit of computerish type work to do. I hadn't even turned my air conditioner on. How crook's that? It's on now. Didn't think I'd be needing it in this weather, but I do. Lucas, well, hi. Thank you for a friend request on Facebook. If you're going to send me a friend request, anyone on Facebook, if you could just put your tag of what you are in here, because there's that many scammers around. I really don't want to end up thinking, oh yeah, that's great, that's someone that's authentic, that's good value, and then find out that it's a scam artist. So that would be great. So if I haven't accepted your friend request, the reason is I don't recognise you from the chat room. So if you let me know, send me an email or something like that. Speaking of emails, I'll get you in a minute. Chad, g'day Devon, how are you? Good morning, Trevor. I don't know about teacher. I just know a bloke well and away the time, I think. But I thank you for the accolade. G'day Trev, g'day Wombat, g'day Ray, g'day Jeff, g'day David. Hey Chad. G'day Six Knots, how are you, Ben? Julian, hi. Stephen, hi. Well, there you go, already in there. I haven't even written anything on the blurb sheet. So I'm about to do that now, so if you'll just indulge me. I'm trying to find another photo I can, excuse me, put up. So I might just... It's amazing when you do a search for yourself online. There's stuff there I didn't even know I had. And channels I didn't know that I contributed to, but they seem to know me fairly well. So there you go. Let me just grab an image off the net. What do we got? Oh, I might have that one. There you go. That's one of Anthony. Gee, that was a long time ago. I'll just save that image and then I'll bung that one up. And then I'll go back on here. You can't see what I'm doing. Well, you can. I'll show you what I'm doing. There you go. I'm just, where are we going? Go there. There you go. I'm just posting stuff on Facebook to let people know that we are live and kicking. So I'm just going to change that photo because I don't like it. We'll put that one in there instead. And we might just post that. And when it comes up, I'll share it to a Woodworking Masterclass page. There we go. We'll post that. It's all happening here, I tell you. I've got a message there, but I'll read that later on. And I've got to put a description. Hey, happy 21! I wanted to get a cake, but it didn't happen. So what I'll do is I'll just change this. We're doing a... and what am I making? Oak Arts and Crafts Inspire Cabinet. My T doesn't work. Shocking spelling. No, that's it. And we'll put hand tools. There you go. And what I've found is I'm much better off filling in the description after I've done the stream, because generally what I put in the stream, I put in the description, isn't what I actually do, because things take longer than you think they should. I might even just share that one on Twitter too. So hang on, wait a minute. Where's me mice gone? We'll chuck it onto Twitter. I should be locked in, so we can do that. Ah, you idiot, that was yesterday's. Doesn't matter. It's been tweeted. I don't need that on. I can turn that off. And I don't need that. I'll just pull that up. And I was very calm this morning, very calm. I'm listening to Neil Diamond. Greatest hits. Awesome stuff. Right, okay, now well, g'day, Bob, how are you? Did you just come in to say hello? Because there's no point. You've already eaten the food. But you're welcome to stay. Oh, he's found himself a rug. It's better than the hard concrete. Poor old fella. Where are you? There he is. He's a good lad. Just in case there's food around later on. You never know. All right, now let me see if I can get everything up and running here. Now we're cooking with gas. I've done all my admin. I'm ready to go. Oh, so what we could do today, I want to do more work on this cabinet. I'm going to start out doing some lining boards, which we processed yesterday out of a lump of, a lump of oak that was sitting over there. I might need a bit more. I've been thinking about the design too. I might put a couple of wings on the front and the sides, and I'll explain why and show you as we get into this. I do have to get onto that chair repair, but quite frankly at the moment I'm not interested. That's the beautiful thing about being in charge of your own time, isn't it? You can just do what you like. What have we got? Paul, all the way from Alaska. Wow. We are going truly worldwide, aren't we? G'day, Wes. G'day, Angie. Hey, Steve, posted some updates. Oh, all right, I'll have a look at those. I like the way you're working on your post you did yesterday on Facebook with the bookcase you're making. Wes? Oh, well, I think about it. Chad, mate, those pics didn't come through. They were sent in a file. I'm working with Windows. It would appear you or a Macintosh you sent me on those. If you could send it through on a JPEG, that would be absolutely marvellous. But to answer your question, the question was, Chad, has got some panels that he's glued up, but the grain is running in opposite directions, and he was wondering, can you plane that with the plane going in opposite directions? If you had an HNT Gordon plane, I would say definitely. But the other thing you can do if it's pine, if you've got a smoothing plane, a number 4, or it depends how big the panel is, I suppose, so it doesn't matter. 5.5 would do. But make sure that your blade is very, very sharp. If it's not shaving the hair off your arms, go and sharpen it. And when you plane it, have a very, very light cut, and plane skew-wise. So you don't go up and down the board, do it a diagonal, and then that really reduces the risk of you getting tear out. And if it's super sharp, you should be okay. The other thing is, depending how much you've got to take off, a card scraper would do, or failing that, yep, a heap of sanding. But no, if you sharpen your plain blade, nice and sharp, and even when you're halfway through doing it, you might have to touch your blade up again, just give it another strop. Most likely get you out of the soup. But if you can convert those to JPEG for me and flick them over, I'll definitely have a look. There you go. Morning, James. Thank you for that, Wes. Six Knots, what's your email? admin@woodworkingmasterclass.com.au or woodworkingmasterclass@gmail. Either one will get me, Ben. Morning, Pascal. Hey, you're nice and early this morning, or late, depending on how you look at things. Thanks for coming in. Have I said? Yeah, I've said good morning to Julian. I'm just going through all these. Oh, pikelets. Well, excuse me. I should hit Susie up for some scones. Hey, Mike. That magazine you were going through in your Facebook little bit, are you actually going to make that chair? That looks awesome. What is it? Because it looked like either an arts and craft or an Art Nouveau style chair. Quickly, from what I saw, tea, dark chocolate, digestives for supper. You guys are just making me hungry, truly. G'day, Tango, how are ya? What's on tap today's hand tool stuff? I'm going to be making shiplap lining boards, and I've got to refit the dovetails on this arts and crafts cabinet I'm doing, and I think that's what we're going to be doing nearly all day. Might look at doing some other bits and pieces to it, but I just want to focus on this cabinet for a bit because I'm actually enjoying it. It's nice. Got the rocking chair out. It's up in the house. Hey, Randy, how are you? Hope you had a good sleep. Hey, Max, good morning to you. I just took a great big jump then and you disappeared off the top of the page. G'day, Dennis. Oh, well, thank you for dropping in anyway. Watching this late is boxing up my day job. Stay safe. Nigel, well, thanks for dropping in, Dennis. Appreciate that. A coffee and a brownie. Oh, I like brownies. Is that the one with walnuts in it? It's sort of like a cake and walnuts. I like them, Chad. Oh, what did you have? Oh, fast. I've joined a worldwide fast today. No, the only fast that goes on around here, James, is how fast you can get to the fridge. What did I had to go and get some milk yesterday, and down the local IGA, and they're just not nice people. They are not nice people, I tell you. Went in, bought 6 litres of milk, because there's 5 of us here and we drink a lot of milk. Go through the cash register, other side of the cash register, what's there? Caramel-filled Swiss roll, cream-filled chocolate Swiss roll, jam-filled Swiss roll, coffee-flavoured lamingtons, and there was something else. I might have been mud cakes. $1 each for the lot. And I looked at the little girl behind the counter. I said, "You've got to be kidding me." She said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Who put that there? You know I'm going to buy them." So I did. I walked out, and I think within 45 minutes, the lamingtons had gone, the Swiss roll had gone, and half of the caramel Swiss roll had gone. So there you go. So that's the fasting that goes on in this house. Hey, Dobie, how are ya? No, I reckon. My theory is Ray, is she's fattening him up so he can't run so fast so she can lay into him with a rolling pin. It sounds like he deserves it. Morning, Reginald. How are you? G'day, John. Oh, hello, Eleanor. Hi, how are you? Big heart energy out to you. Give your dad a hug because he's a good bloke. And now she's laughing, isn't she? Yeah, good on you. See, my psychic powers are working well this morning. G'day, Kerry Blue. Hey, now listen, I had a question. Oh, you love brownies too. I had a question the other day. And I can't remember. Oh, no, that's right, I was talking about you. How I didn't like Japanese sauce until you came on. As yes, my #1 student. And also arts and crafts. So I'm doing an arts and craft inspired wall cabinet. And I'm thinking of you. Give us a call. I'd love to have a chat. Or if you haven't got my number, send me an email with your number because I've changed phones. So I haven't got your number. We're in that horrible twilight zone where we can't connect. G'day, Parker. Not a drama. Okay, Parker, hard energy out to you too. You look after your dad. He's a fine fella and he's trying hard. Go out there and hold the screwdriver and the hammer for him out in the shed. Don't offer to help. Just hold a couple of the tools. That'll be a good thing. So, on you, Parker. This is good. This is turning a real family show now, isn't it? What's bait for impulse buy? Yeah, I know. No. See? Oh, I will object to that one on the grounds, James. It's bait for people that see a good bargain. Oh dear. G'day, Cape 6. How are you? I thought you said your wife... Yeah, well, case in point. Okay. She sent me down the road to get some milk and I came back with all those cakes. But because they were so cheap, I was in the good books, so it was okay. But I did use her car, not using my petrol. I'm keeping that. I haven't bought petrol that cheap since I was about 18. Did they have cars back then? Oh, it might have been a bale of hay from the horse, I don't know. Anyway, send an email to Gmail account, Chance, not a drama. I'll read it when I get off. Oh, I know she does. All right, well, whack your phone number in there, please. Oh, no, I've got the same number, but all the numbers I had in the phone, I didn't know how to do the transfer. Susie's got the same problem. She dropped her phone the other day and broke the screen, and she took a SIM card out and got another phone, and half the numbers weren't on the SIM card because they were actually on the phone, and I was much the same type of drama. But I figure if I haven't got someone's phone number and they don't ring me in 12 months, well, obviously I wasn't carrying their phone number for any good reason. For that long, Ray, I've had some great numbers. Well, this one I think I've had for about 3 years. Trevor, granddaughter asked by a nun many years ago what she was giving up for Lent. She told her Snickers bars. Then she said to me, I'm having Mars bars now, Pop. Fair enough. Well, no, you've got to have a replacement. Oh, no, I'm not that trusting. I'm too old to be or too cynical. Oh, I don't know, does age and cynicality go, not senility, cynicalism. There you go. Cynicalism. Perhaps I've just coined a new phrase. Go hand in hand with age. All right. Now, what we're going to do with this Shiplap business is, I did a dummy one here so you can see how Shiplap goes. Now, you can do this, obviously. You can do this using a router. You can do it using a bandsaw. No, you can do very small ones using a bandsaw. I've got to get my mind in the groove. In the groove. You can use a table saw is what I meant to say. You can use a router table. You can use a hand router. You can use a plough plane. You can use a rebate plane. You can use a 45. You can use a 55, a 40, a 50, all these different planes. You could use an old woman's tooth if you want. But what I'm going to do for these is I'm cracking open. There you go, Ray, I'm using it. I'm going to use the moving Philister, which is my favoritist plane. It is just HNT Gordon again. There you go. Yeah, it's beautiful. So we'll use that for one, and then the other one I might use something else, just to give us a bit of a variety. Now, Shiplap is the easiest of the lining boards to use. It does have a couple of drawbacks, which when we come to putting this cabinet together... Well, good morning! Speaking of bossy people... What? No, don't be like that. Don't be like that. Come over here. Come on. I'll forgive you.
I'm a little bit early this morning.
You're a little bit early.
Yeah.
Oh, better than hearing you say you're a little bit late. No, that's
Not
good.
me.
Oh, dear. So what was you talking to Chillins?
Oh, yeah, just talking
What?
to Steve.
What?
How are you going?
Down there.
Right.
How you going? How is he going?
Yeah.
Hey, Steve or Trace, if you're watching, and Lukey and Rita, if you're watching, with Bella. I remember then, Marley. Yeah. Hope you had a good night's sleep, Lukey. I mean, poor fella, it was his birthday yesterday. He got woken up with the guy taking the trash cans out at, what was it, 4 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, something like that.
And he went out there and politely asked him to stop. Now, you can put whatever connotation on that you like, but knowing Luke when he's been woken up, I don't think it would have been quite as... It would have been more succinct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Direct.
Direct. In fact, you would not be left with the wandering quandary of what did he actually mean. I think you would know.
Love him to bits.
We do. Do you hear that? Not even watching. I'm wasting all my love on you. There's your heart. Oh, you too, Steve. Goodness gracious. Ah.
So, yeah,
What?
well, I've got to go find a quilt.
Have you? Why?
A lady ordered one and then changed her mind and said she wanted another one that I already had made. But now I have no idea where it is.
We'll charge her extra. I put an extra 15% on for annoyance allowance.
Yeah, well.
Here we go. Should we do it?
Yeah, why not?
Is this a good one? Hey, is Her Highness on yet? She's going to be miffed. She's going to miss this. Oh, there you go. That's nice. I like that one too. Here we go. Susie's Sensational Saying Segment. Susie's Sensational Saying Segment. I'm getting old. Don't look at me like that.
As well.
Do you say vein or a pain? Here we go. Throw kindness around like confetti. And in this particular time in the Earth's evolution and history, I think that is pretty darn good. It reminds me of licorice all sorts. Have we got any licorice all sorts?
No, we don't.
They're essential.
They are. But I just heard a beaut from Steve.
All right.
Okay.
Can we do this? You hang on to that and we do this? Morning, because you got to be polite. Come over here. Come over here. See, I'm not going to give you your mic because you nuggle up to me then. Well, I've got to go up here. Where are we? Hi, my daughter Eleanor says, hi, Sue.
Hello.
Eleanor.
Hi, Eleanor.
That's Professor John's daughter. She's watching.
There you go.
Okay, Ray says good day. John says good day. Max, good morning, Mrs. Hay. Eleanor says good day. 6 knots is a bow out. Oh, yes, it is. It's a bow out. Not out of her legs. No, don't be like that. It's just, you can't help having knock knees. It's just one of those things.
It's born with them.
You
I'll
were.
probably have them till the day they put me in the ground.
Yeah, I wonder if you ever had a knee replacement, they'd give you a leg alignment. You know, put you over the pits at Bob James. I don't know.
I've had a brain alignment.
Yeah, you have. They have. Found a bit of extra stuff in there. It was the compassion bit they took out.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Lucas says, hello, Mrs. Hay. Julie, morning, Sue. Wesley, hi, Sue. We love you. I'll send her over to you, Wes. Oh dear. You're a good cook. Thanks. Trevor says good day. Wombat says good day. Delta says good morning, Sue. Oh, now Ben comes round and says hi, Sue. Hello, Sue from Reginald. Murray says morning. T is watching with us this morning. Morning.
T, okay.
Morning. T is watching. Oh, is that T-Bone watching with you, or am I confused? She who must be obeyed is... Oh, okay. All right, well, we'll keep it clean. I won't refer to any comments you made yesterday. It's okay. Now, if you got slapped, it's your own fault. Dear James, you're developing solar panel. Yeah, I know. It's for a machine. Not going to fill in that other one.
Our children have got that solar panel as well.
They have, but they got it before me. And that they like it. Jared says good morning. Good morning, Jared. Okay, we're up to date. Right, now.
Okay.
This is...
I had a conversation with our darling Steve, and I said to him, you know, with all this isolation and that's going on, I reckon there'll be a lot of babies born in 9, 10 months.
9 or 10 months. I pity the poor mother that goes 10 months.
No.
And this is a heffalump.
And then he said, no, they take 6 years. He said, no, Mum. He said, in 14 years, we'll have a whole pile of quarantinis.
Quarantinis. There you go, quarantinis.
Oh, that tickled my fancy.
That's it. Hey, listen, I just had a horrible thought too. Did you realise, I mean, I wonder if anyone's a twin out there, do you realise one of you wasn't planned? I mean, how do you cope with that? That'd put me in therapy straight away. No, I know. I know I wasn't planned.
Well,
I was told that in no uncertain terms. But I don't care because I'm here. All right. So, which quilt are you going to get?
Shopkins, if I can find it.
Shopkins.
Yeah.
Can't remember that one. Was that near when you were doing Midnight? What was it? Nightmare. What?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas. I remember you doing those.
It might be easy for me to just find and do another one.
Well, I'll get some up front.
Oh, I've got some up front.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good. Throw kindness around like it's confetti. Makes me think of licorice all sorts. So, well, it's Good Friday today. There's no shops open. I won't get... Right. I've got a bag of licorice all sorts. Tracy bought me the last time she was up here, and I can't find them.
Bob's probably...
No. There was two bags. Bob and I, we shared.
But I did make the jelly.
One. So that means trifle tonight. Is there any Swiss roll left, or the kids got into that?
Oh, no, I had some hidden.
You had some hidden. Good on you. All right. Okay.
You are an identical twin. Oh, dear.
Well, that's good. I bet you get up to mischief too. There you go.
Did you ever swap?
Oh, I'd say they did, because he said he had the fun outweighs it.
Yeah. Actually, tell you a story about my uncle. His real name was Don, but everybody called him Jack. So, long time ago, my grandmother got a phone call from these two girls, and they said, oh, can we speak to Don and Jack? Because he told them he was twins. And my grandmother laughed, and she went, it's the same person. No, Don wears a blue suit, Jack wears a brown one.
There you go. Why didn't I think of that? No, I know. Did you see that look? I just realised very quickly why I didn't think of that. Get some mooch. Love you, darling. Okay, see you in a bit. Oh, hang on. I've got... Mike says, sir, you should sell those and donate the money to Steve's hand plane fund. I'm with Mike. 2 thumbs up. No, hang on. No, one of the kids is calling you. No, you better go. Bath's running. All right, Chucky.
Down the road, Bob.
Trevor gets slapped every morning whether he needs it or not.
Sounds like a good idea.
Oh, thanks, Trevor. She reckons it sounds like a good idea.
Maybe that's what we should start doing.
No, you won't get a cup of tea then. See you, Chuck. Public holiday today, so most shops are open here in WA as Sunday trade. Oh, okay. No, nothing open around Queensland, I tell you. She's all shut up shop. Oh, dear. Although, I was talking to the guy who makes my chisels yesterday, and I was talking about I'm going to be doing Terry's Plains nearly all day, HNT Gordon stuff. He said, oh, Terry's working tomorrow. I said, what? No, it's Good Friday. He said, no, he's working. So that's it. We might give Terry a ring later on. Who was it that said I should hit him up? Somebody said we should hit him up for a giveaway or something or other on the stream. I don't like doing that, but I'm feeling cheeky today, so I might. Now, shiplap. What you have is, as the name implies, it's the way shiplap, the clinker on boats, but it's not exactly the same as that, but it's called shiplap. Very, very easy to make. It's not the easiest to fit, and you'll see that when we get around to the cabinet, but all it is a rebate on this side, halfway down, and then a much smaller rebate on the other side. So rebate there, turn it over, rebate there. And how they go together is the big rebate goes into the little rebate, like that, and you get that effect. So it's not a tongue and groove, so it doesn't prevent it from warping, and it doesn't interlock. It just goes like there, like that. So as I said, it presents a little bit of a problem when you're using it on the back of a cabinet, which we will be doing, but there are ways to overcome that. So that's what we'll do. So what I'll do, I've got the moving fillers to set up for doing it. Got to work out how I'll put this on now. Oh, for goodness sake. There we go. I wear this because I'm right-handed. No, I'm left-handed. Terry's planes are all right-handed, and sometimes, because I use them a different way, this one I've got to use right-handed, but when I'm using round and hollows, the blade, let's get a round and hollow here. Okay, if you like that, that's the way they use them. I go like that, and I sometimes get this sharp portion of the blade sticking into the web between the thumb and the fingers I've made. This is called a chair blodger's glove. So when I used to go with shows with Terry and I'd be demonstrating, I'd have that on and people would say, oh yeah, I've had RSI too. And I go, you what? And they thought it was a wrist restraint. It's not. It's a pad for your hand, but chair blodgers use them well, pretty close to a sailmaker's palm as well. So there you go. I had the pattern for that somewhere or other and I made that up. What is happening here? Oh dear, oh dear. Yes, I'll tell her that. What's the brand of those chisels? These ones here. There you go. I don't know if you can see it, can you? Harold and Saxon, made in Australia. There you go. They're an absolute gorgeous chisel. They've got interference fit handles. So, whoop, there you go. They're just a taper fit into the ferrule, and the blade is actually threaded into that brass ferrule, and then these are turned to fit the chisel. No, you can just do that and it'll hold in, or you give it a tap and they won't come out. And the interesting thing is, they're all done by hand and all done by eye. But have a look at the difference. That's, what's that one? That's 1.5 inches, and this one's 1/4 inch. And yet, the handles, let's go this way. The handles are different sizes because it's all made to balance whatever chisel is. Whereas if you look at, okay, these are blue chip marples. That's 1.5 inches. That's an 1/8 inch. And the handles are identical. So from a fulcrum point of view, you run a greater risk with a bigger handle snapping a small chisel, whereas when it's all down and done in relation to the size of the blade, you don't run that risk. Having said that, I don't think I've ever I've broken a couple of cheap chisels, but not good ones. Oh dear, oh dear. So the blue ones, I think James calls my Swiss Army chisel, and the HNT, the H&S's, no, they're pure cabinet chisels, those ones. Where am I? Yeah, no, that's the whole idea. It's a lining board for the back. Get up there, you. It's a lining board for the back of the cabinet, and it's just a feature. It just adds another dimension to what you're doing. I could just easily, if I wanted to, sprung joint those and join them together like that. But I quite like that as a feature at the back of the cabinet. You have a look at a lot of bookcases, they've got, I've forgotten the number of it, 209 or something profile. There's a Regency profile that has a bead running down it, and then there's just a plain V-cut profile that most bookcases have down the back. But this is just fun to do, something different. So I'll bring this around so you can, and this is going to take a lot of time, I tell you. Well, I don't know how much time. We'll see how we go. Ow! Hey, Chewy! How are you, mate? Oh, the Coles are open from 11 a.m. There is a chance I could get, oh, I like Coles. Oh, yeah, I like Coles licorice all sorts too, because they've got those, you know, those ones with all the little beads that get caught in your teeth. I like them. Not that they get caught in your teeth, but... Oh, good morning, John. Oh, you pulled another all-nighter. Well, kick back, have an espresso, relax, and join in the mayhem, mate. Bit of luck, they'll leave you alone tonight, and you'll get a nice rest. Suffering a toothache, gargling some whiskey. They tell me it's better for a toothache if you actually swallow it after you gargled it. All right, let's go. So, this moving Philister, which I absolutely love, it's got a fence here, which is micrometer adjusted by these two screws here. It's got a depth fence here, so I know what depth I'm going to. It's got a skew blade on the bottom, which gives me a much better cut. And that's about all I can tell you. We'll put a bit of wax on there and we will give it a go. Later on too, I'll when we get these done, we'll go on and I'll do a sliding dovetail for one of the shelves. So that's another problem I have. I put my hand, which you're not meant to, I put my hand over the extractor chute. So there's the extractor chute there, and I generally put my hand over it, and that gums it up. So you'll see me from time to time, I'll stop and just poke all the shavings out, and that's because I'm in the bad habit of putting my hand over it. If I had it there, it might not gum up, which it doesn't. And we'll just make sure we're getting the full width. There's the full width shaving there. So the blade's set nicely. Where's Prunella? She'd love those curls. See? I've got perfect case in point. Look at that. That was extracting really nice, and then I had my hand over it and she's bunched up. So I should train my muscle memory not to put my hand over it. My shoulder's going, how many of these have we got to do? A lot. Oh, well, that's totally, John. That'd be awesome if we did that and we'll send out love and energy to all of them. Oh, speaking of which, Sue and I watched a great movie last night on Netflix, I think it was. Yeah, called The Healer. Oh, gee, it was a good movie. It really was. A very opportune time for it to be shown, I think, too. And then in the credits, at the end, there's quite a surprise that I didn't know. So I won't tell you, just in case you watch it. But you've got to go halfway down. It doesn't matter if you go a little bit over halfway, but it does matter if you don't go halfway. I'm nearly there. I've got about 1/16 of an inch to go. Now what I could do, or the temptation is to lower that blade so I take a bigger chunk off. And it would work a little bit, but then the downside to that is you're really stressing the blade, so it's going to blunten a lot quicker. You're pushing a lot harder, which is more energy, which you don't need. Okay, now we've reached that depth. That fence is just about on the money, so we'll see how we go here. That's it. That's what we want. So we'll do all these ones first. The beautiful thing with this is you can actually pick your grain direction, providing you've got reasonable timber to work with. So saying, I've got one with cranky grain there. If I put that there, I've got tear out on both sides. Well, that's a pity. All right, we'll pick the best of the worst. Yeah, those bows did come out. Who asked me that, Ben? There you go. Nice and straight now. Suffering territory of the clothes. That's no good. Yeah, look, a 78, Chewy. 78 will do the job quite well. Hey, Budge. What did, yeah, there you go. See, what did I tell you? If you got early, if you got out of bed earlier, like I was going to ring you at 3 o'clock this morning, but then you told me by the time you get ready I could ring you at 7. Mate, no, it's not. It's for when I'm using these hand planes, because I'm a lefty, it just gives me protection in here from these blades. Not so much on that one, but when I get in to start using these types of planes, that sticks right in your hand, whereas if you're right-handed, it's there. Left-handed, it really jams in. So that's what it is, mate. It's a blodger's mitt. So how you going anyway? I tell you what, I've had about 3,000 emails saying, bring that bloke in that makes bandsaw boxes. I want to see a bandsaw box. I said, well, I'll talk to his agent, and if I can negotiate a reasonable fee, I might get him out here. Hey, Ezzy, how are you? Oh, dear. How do you keep the plane level side to side? Is it just experience? Oh, basically, but with this is good because as you're going in, you're on this fence here with this fence, and then you've got the sole is sitting there, and it just sort of, it locks in. The other ones, when I use a rebate plane or something, yeah, it's just experience. Oh, that's cranky, that stuff. Not very nice at all. So, you got to take the good with the bad. Don't ya? Hey, Ray. Budge type Ray. Mate, when you were using hut sticks, were you spraying the boxes first, or what finish were you putting on it, or was that going straight onto the bare timber? Actually, Terry was working on a plough plate. I'll give him a ring in a minute. I'll finish this one. And we'll see if he really is working. Up-ba-da-bum. Da-da. Oh dear. Is that me or the job mate that's looking flash? Well, you just got to control the thing, Ray. That's it. Get behind it. I mean, if you push it like that, then you're going to have a chamfer. You can't really push it that way because you've got your foot there. It means you're not using it enough, mate. That's what it is. Straight on the bare timber. Oh. Thanks for both of those, Ray. Oh, dear. I haven't got a bed in this shed, though. Oh, dear. I don't know, mate. I ache a lot more than I used to. Hey, we had fun there, though, didn't we? They were good times. See, once I got past that cranky bit, it's not bad. And the good thing is that has taken out the tear out that I'd got earlier on. Boom, boom, boom. And the reason, this is cranky is because the grain is going one way and then the other half of the stick's going the other way. So I've got a little bit of tear out here, which you can see, maybe, just there. If you look at the grain direction, I'm going against the grain, and then here it changes, and the grain direction is good, so it's nice and smooth. All good fun. Come here. Here we go. That's just about got that one finished, I think. I'm thinking so. That will do that one. We'll do one more and then I might ring Tezza up. You mutt. I mean, can I? I can't do it that way, can I? How do I go that way? Like a grain go. Oh, that's the way I want it. It's it. It's good. Ah, no, it's not, because I want that on the back. Oh dear. Why does life have to be so complicated? That's going that way. That's going that way. We turn it that way. No, we're going to be stuck with that. That's all right, it'll stand out. What I'm doing is I'm trying to find the grain going the right way so I can run the plane up there, and I've got a blemish here, which isn't a blemish, it's just a sun stain because that's been dry, but I reckon if I hit that, actually we'll give it a try if I, oh, let's be lazy. I reckon it'll disappear. There you go, look at that. Once we get around to sanding it, it will go. A arts and crafts wall cabinet to go in the hallway, mate. And until someone decides they want to buy it. You know how it goes. This is for the backing boards. Any new people that are on that haven't been here before, basically what I'm doing is I'm just working on jobs and you're in the workshop watching me work, which some people say is a novel experience watching me work. But if you are new and you'd like to know more, please whack that subscribe button with the bell and then you'll get notifications of when I'm on. At the moment I'm doing this every day. Gee, that is rugged stuff. It's much better when I don't clog the extraction port up. And this is just ordinary candle wax I'm putting on here, and it will allow the plane to do its job. A lot easier. Less strain on the operator. Well, there you go. Ray, you'll have to make a blodger's mitt. I think what we'll do, I'll do all these with Terry's planes, and we might do another one down the track, and I'll use a Stanley 45. And there's nothing wrong with the 45s, although I must admit I get a much better finish with HNT Gordon. What's going on there? Aha! See that? I've got a big shaving jammed up under there. Which is not good. I don't really want to change these settings, but if I have to, I will. There we go, gotcha. Yeah, a little environment. I'll see if that goes better. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, boom, boom, boom. That's just jamming. And it shouldn't. Could be because it's ordinary timber. Ow. Let me just... No, I'll finish this one first. How much have I got to go? All right, hang on. I'll just grab a different plane, then I'm going to clean that up. I think I'm going to have to take this blade out. There we go. That's better. We're nearly there. You think it's that close? There you go. Beautiful. Actually, I think that has come up a little bit, so... I might ring Terry up, see if he's working. Ba-dum-bum. What do you reckon? I'll ask him. See if they kick the tin for something? I don't like asking people for stuff like that. Here we go. He might not be working.
Hello, Terry Gordon.
So the myth is true. I was talking to Trent yesterday and I said, what are you doing? He said, oh, coming up here. And I said, oh, what's Terry doing? He said, working. I said, oh, bull. So there you go.
Yeah, all good down here. It's nice and quiet so I can concentrate on some moving filisters.
And what about the plough plane? How's that coming?
Got all the components made for it. I've just got to find the time now to...
Well, you got 4 days. You got 4 days. What's your problem?
Yeah, I know. It's going to take me a few days to get these moving filisters done, so the plough plane will have to wait till another day.
Oh,
we're getting there.
Hey, speaking of moving filisters, I'm flogging one to death at the moment. We're doing a cabinet mainly using HNT Gordon stuff. I'm getting choking. It's American oak, and I'm getting choking in the blade. What would cause that?
so the shaving is getting caught in the throat.
No, that problem I've worked out because my hand's over the extraction chute. But I know that doesn't help. But yeah, it got a little bit got caught underneath the side fence and didn't clear out of the blade. Or that because my hand was there, I suppose.
Yeah, look, it can be depth of cut. I would try some timbers like a larger depth of cut. Are you going across the grain or with the grain?
No, with the grain, I'm making some shiplap lining boards.
Right, yeah. Along the grain, the depth of cut is a bit more critical, so I would try either going slightly deeper or slightly less deep.
All right.
And see how it goes. So some, might have to
Because he's
play around with it there.
pretty bony, this stuff.
Right.
But anyway.
Yeah, well, I'd probably, without saying it's a bit tricky, but maybe try less depth of cut. What size shaving are you getting at the moment?
I don't know, hang on, they're on the floor. I'll hold it up. Oh, yeah, it's coarse. It's
Coarse,
not fine.
right.
It would be about a quarter of a mil, maybe eighth of a mil, yeah.
Yeah, look, try just a slightly less cut
Okay,
and see what you get.
all right. Well, mate, I've got to ask you, I've got people in the chat room going bananas here. Someone said, hit him up, see if he'll do a giveaway.
Yeah, well, why not?
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
You twisted my arm there, Steve.
Can I win it?
Well, I suppose if you go in it, we'll have to ask them a question or something, and maybe.
Well, how about they order a catalogue from you or something, and they got to answer a question?
Yeah, that'd be good. Like if they send us or contacted us via email with the answer and their address, we can mail a catalogue out to them, so they got something to read while they're stuck at home.
Yeah. And you can order online.
Yeah, well, that's right. You don't have to go out to.
And it's Australian made. What else can we do? We'll milk this one.
Look, how about look, it's hard to know what people want to buy because some people have got our tools, and but if they've been lusting after something, we'll do a $300 gift voucher. That's Australian dollars. We've got to be careful with that. $300 Australian gift voucher for any HNT Gordon tool they want to buy. So that covers, they can buy like a spoke shave outright at that price.
There you go. All right, done. So, no, I'm sorry, boys. Moving Phyllis's off the playlist. So, no, that's terrific. Thanks, Terry. So, okay, what's the deal? What do? They send it to me or send it to you?
Just send us an email, so planemaker@htgordon.com. So I don't know whether you can put that up on your screen, Steve.
Oh, I'm sure someone can. Can you do that, Ray? Got someone online that'll do that. So long as the catalogue isn't sent by Australia Post.
And if they can't find, or if they miss that one, they can go to our website and there's an email contact there. But the easiest way is if you put up that, our email address, planemaker@htgordon.com.au.
Yeah.
Send us an email, say you're on Steve Hayes' show, Easter Friday, and this could go on for a couple of weeks if you're doing some more streaming.
Well, I'm doing it every day because Sue wants me out of the house.
Fair enough.
You're in the factory too.
If they answer the question correctly, give us their postal address, then we will put them in the draw and we'll, depending on your question, we'll have a look at the answers.
Oh, I got the pressure of coming up with the question.
Maybe we'll use that, but to qualify, they just need to answer the question and give us their postal address, and we'll mail out a catalogue, and they're in the draw to win that $300.
So even if you don't get the gift coupon, you're still winning because you got one of your catalogues.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's something to read while they're at home, stuck at home.
So, all right. Okay, I've got an easy one. What's Terry's dog's name? Now, I'll come up. Do you want it woodwork related?
Yeah, why not? They should be, if they're out in their shed making some furniture and learning from you, Steve, off from your show, they should be in the woodwork mode. So probably a woodwork question's on their mind.
Hey, what's Steve's favourite swear word? No, don't. Terry knows what it is because he's been out bush with me. No, that's great, mate. Thank you. And thanks for the tip on the, Philister. I'll back that off a bit and see how we go.
Yeah, the skew angle is really optimised for that cross-grain work. But you've got to play around with the depth of cut, usually along the grain. What width of rebate you're doing?
Be about 20 mil.
Yeah, so it's got to be, the depth of cut's got to be just
I'll back it off
right to suit the wood. There you go. Give us another call if you haven't any other trouble.
I tell you...
I'm assuming your blade's sharp, Steve, so...
Yeah. I thought I'd better check that first. Mate, the other question I do have, because I had a bit of a sharpen up yesterday, the rebate plane, the skew one, is that blade actually at an angle, or is it sharpened square, or is it sharpened on a skew angle?
It's sharpened on a slight skew angle. I think from memory, if you held the blade up and put an adjustable, like an angle checker on it.
Yeah.
I think it's about 2.5 degrees, but you still always got to put it in the plane and sight down the sole and make sure the blade is parallel.
All right. Yeah, no.
So you can do a bit of an adjustment.
Well,
Adjustment there.
I'm pleased about that because I was messing around last night. I thought that's 90 degrees. I didn't have my strong glasses on. And then I put it in. The mongrel of the thing was poking out about 1/2 metre on one edge. I'm going, no, it's got to have a skew angle. So there you go. I've got it in front of me. I sort of forgotten. All right, mate. Well, you enjoy...
My favourite thing to push, Steve, tell all your viewers, make sure they sharpen their bevels at 30 degrees.
Well, you're telling them now, mate, because you are actually live.
All right. Well, guys and girls doing woodwork, if you keep your bevel at 30 degrees, you'll be doing a lot less sharpening.
There you go. You heard it from the man that makes them. So we're going to have a coffee one of these days, aren't we?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, you're going to have a cup of tea.
The A-team.
Yeah. We're back at the pub again. All right, mate. I'll keep in touch. And, stay safe down there and keep the machinery going. And I'll give you a ring when I come up with a question and let you know. How long do you want this to run for?
I think a couple of weeks, make it a good competition.
All right.
And, and all the best to you and your viewers. Same again. All stay safe and keep away from that virus.
Yeah, that's it. Sheds. Viruses don't like sheds. nor do wives. All right, mate. I'll catch you later.
All right, thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Terry.
Bye.
Cheers, mate. Bye. Well, there you go. If you don't ask, you don't get. Well, that's not bad. I'm thinking, who else do I know to be working on Good Friday? Not many. Oh, dear. I've got to catch up onto this. Where am I up to? Oh, Knuckles. Budge, Knuckles. Dave was his name, but we called him Knuckles because he had tattooed knuckles. Go and have something to eat, John. Well, that's absolutely true, Julian. And that's true, you can buy online. Can the extraction port be widened on the filter? Oh, you would, but after you paid $1,500 to $2,000, why would you? I think also it would weaken the structure. I don't know if I'd read that one earlier, I could have asked Terry, But look, it's my problem because my hand's over the port. But I'll back that blade off in a little bit and we'll see. Evil Dali. I have to go and buy one since. Oh, you thought I was coopering? No. Okay, so I've got to come up with a question. I'll work on it. Oh, it was .com. No, is it .com.au? Oh, okay, .com.au. The smoothing plane, yeah, they are nice. Hello, Bob. Brazil, Singapore, Indonesia, Scandinavia, Finland even, America, Canada, Ireland, Scotland, everywhere. Yeah, look, all mine are 30 degrees. I love Tormic, and I do all mine at 30 degrees, and I don't do a secondary bevel. If you're using a stone, yeah, well then you really need a secondary bevel because it's quicker. But if you're using a machine or you've got a jig, even on a high-speed grinder, 30 degrees. And when you think about it, with a secondary bevel it's 30 degrees anyway because your primary bevel is 25 on most chisels and planes, and then when you put that secondary on, it comes to 30. I know Trent with his chisels, a lot of the times he'll do is it's 33. But all mine are 30. Oh, well, if wives didn't like shed, Steve, Sue wouldn't be. Yeah, no, but she comes to check on me. She doesn't necessarily like the shed, but she's coming to check on me. Call Mike from Record Power. I'll do that. All right, we'll do that. Oh, not today because it's Good Friday. I'll call him next week and we'll see what we can do. Oh, Bob's just walked in. All right, I've got to think of a question. I know. All right, question is, what angle... No, hang on, that's not good because only people watching this would know. But there again, they wouldn't go into the competition if they didn't know. No, hang on, I've got to think of something else. All right, here's an easy one. We don't want to make it too hard. What is the most common timber used on HNT Gordon planes? There you go. What is the most common timber used on HNT Gordon planes? That's the question. And I'll let it slip. Hit him up for a donation. You're not bad. You got more front than Coles, Jared. Way to go. I like your style. We'll give him a go. All right, I'm going to back this blade off then. And we'll see if it makes any difference. I've just backed it off a smidge. So this is one of the different things with Terry's planes. This one's made out of gidgee, by the way, just in case you're wondering. And did I mention that? Did I mention it was made of gidgee? I do have a rare one, which is sandalwood, but he doesn't make many in sandalwood. He generally makes them out of gidgee. So that's going to be the question. What was I going to say? Yeah, this one actually has a lock there. That locks the blade down, and this does have a screw height adjustment, whereas the other ones, whoop, come here, such as this gidgee shoulder plane and this gidgee side rebate, you have to tap them. And the way you tap them, you get a, you get a gidgee hammer and you tap it on the back and it will alter the depth. Whereas this moving Philister actually has a depth setting tool. So there you go. I've backed it off and we'll see if it makes any difference. I'm hoping it does. What do I do with my little brass doohickey? Boom, 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 boom. I don't know where that one's gone. It will turn up. I think they made a gidgee. No, I'm not going to give the answer. Because if everyone knows this gidgee, they'll know the answer and it won't be a competition. There you go. Okay, that's, you can tell. Whoop! Too much. No blade at all. It doesn't take much to get that adjustment. You can hear that, but it's not really taking the shaving. That's a nice fine shaving there. It's one thing I used to like when I was doing the wood shows with Terry. I'd take on the planes and he'd adjust them all for me. There we go. Well, it's definitely thinner and it seems to be working better. So there you go, a tip from the man himself. And if anyone would know, it would be Terry, eh? No, it's too loose. If not, I'll... There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. That's a little bit better. Ow! That's why I wanted the smaller. There it is. I got him. I'm not going to lose the top of my finger on that now. Now it's gone. It's gone coarse again. I don't know, I'm obviously doing something not right. Wish I'd get out of the habit of putting my hand over the extractor. And I might just bring that fence down. A smidgen. Another one there. That made a difference. And I've just, in case you're wondering, I've just got that just hanging over the edge of the bench so the fence has got something to run on. Can't stress the importance of using a bit of wax on this. Go on hard again. Wait a minute. I'm going to loosen this right off. And see if we can't get it sorted. I should have tuned this up before going on, eh? All right, let's try that. I'm doing something wrong. I think that's the setting it likes, because it keeps coming back to that. If I can stop putting my hand there, I'll be right. That was one of my other sons that came down earlier. I was having problems. I mentioned the other day my computer was just slow, and then this morning it came up with disk boot error, not readable or broken or something or other. So Jono just made me a new boot disk for Windows 10. So when I finish here, I'll go and have a look, and hopefully I'll be able to get the computer up and running again. I mean, I've got a couple of computers, but that one's the one I do my video editing on, because I've got dual screens. There you go, that will do that one. Well, that's a bit quicker. Told you this was going to be boring. Let me have a drink. Where's my glass? Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. And again, yeah, you could use a table saw or a router. But I think it's much nicer picking up those than a heap of dust. And let's face it, we've got nothing else to do. Now I think it's working. Getting through it a lot quicker. Oh, this one's a bit manky as well. Let me have a chat. Get me breath back. Oh, Earl's in the house. Louise has snuck in. I'm going back. About 10, 15 minutes. B&D Woodwork. I've been stuck in the house with a 3-year-old for weeks. So thank you for the video. You're welcome, B&D. You never know, the young person might end up being a woodworker and go, why am I a woodworker? And you can tell him, because I was stuck in the house and that's all I let you watch. Gidgey. I think it's got 2 E's. But no, Gidgey. That's the answer. I'm not going to tell you. Gidgee. Could you, a couple of things with moving fillets to Steve. Could you show how to set the plane up from the get-go after you have removed the blade? The height adjustment doesn't seem to do much on mine. Oh, okay. I will do that. I'll wait till I do these and then I'll pull it apart and show you. On the hardness of woods, yeah, it's pretty hard. I think Gidgee comes in at about 18 on the Janker scale. Ebony comes in at 8. Bull oak comes in at 22. That'll give you an idea. And pine's 2, I think. Hi, Tango. Oh, I said good day to Tango. You slipped in earlier, didn't you? And also, what's the best oil to free up all the adjuster knobs, as mine's rather tight and difficult to alter? Yeah, well, I'll do it. I would use just candle wax. That way you're not going to get any oil on your timber as you're working it. Well, did you have a good coffee, John? Yes, yeah, I would stay away from that, Max, only because it would work, for sure. But it can dribble on and stain your timber. Whereas if you use candle wax, I'll show you how to do that in a little bit when I finish these. I've only got 4 more to do. How are things going over the neck of the woods? Currently dark. Steve, this is Murray. I put a slice across the leather on my Tormek honing wheel. What's the best way to fix it? Live with it, unfortunately. There's not much you can do. You could try and get another bit of leather and put a patch in there with contact cement and then try and true it up. But if it's really causing you grief, just go and buy another leather wheel. I know it's expensive, but it's good. This is the one I've got here, and all this one does is flat blades like this. I've got another one up in the woodturning shed, and that does gouges and skews and cut-off tools and beading tools and scrapers. So this one here, because it's here, I have to have a dead flat square wheel. So all my new wheels start out here, and when they get down to about 220, I generally take them off and send them up into the wood-turning shed because they're going to get mangled up there. Same with the leather wheel. This one's nice and flat. The one up in the wood-turning shed's pretty undulated. Yeah, if you've got a chunk out, there's not much you can do, I don't think. That's the stuff, brown timber. That's it. We spell it I've forgotten there. G-I-D-G-E-E. That's how we spell brown timber here, Evil. G'day, Louise. How are you? Happy, whatever it is. Good Friday. There you go. Don't eat too many hot cross buns. I'm going to give him a bit of a nudge. We're all good, Earl. Thanks for dropping in. I hope you're well too. What areas are you waxing? I had an image of me going to the beach then. If you don't think too hard about that one. What I'm waxing is all areas that are in contact with the job. So the side fence here, the sole of the plane here, and the depth fence here. I've got the necker pulled up, so I don't need that. Now I'm waxing all the way along because I'm not going to be gluing these together. If these were going to be glued, I would just wax the front part, not the back part. Because if you do that, you're actually rubbing wax onto the joint and the glue won't take. Yeah, I thought so, Evil. Oh dear. But if you are finishing something you don't want wax on that, no, that's true. Yeah. Oh, no, not going there. And I wouldn't use one of these. They're sharp enough. No. I'm up to Ray now, so when you intend applying a finish afterwards, you only want wax. That's it. You get a lot of exercise using the plane. I reckon if I come down here and I'll get to where I was there. There we go. If I get exercise down here, that means that's more Swiss rolls and cakes I can eat when I get up to the house. Yes, she has. And her saying for today, Louise, was kindness, spread it around like confetti. And I saw the embroidery she did and it reminded me of licorice all sorts. So I've now got a craving for licorice all sorts. Where's Bob? Is he still? Oh, he's still there. Look at that. He's a good boy today. Where are you? There you go. He's lying there. He's happy. Obviously no one's cooking in the house today. Mike, Steve, your giveaway idea has me thinking. Ask a question to the crew, the correct answer you choose, and I'll send them a marquetry picture I'm working on. I bet many. Oh, well, there you go. You want to do that? Steve, your giveaway idea has me thinking. Ask a question to the crew, and the correct answer you choose, and I'll send them a marquetry picture I'm working on. Oh, well, you could ask the question, Mike. You've got my permission to do that, and then you choose. I mean, you're giving it away. I think that's a great idea. If Mike, you want to do that, I am more than happy to facilitate. But no, you come up with a question. Like, what's the botanical name for koto? No, I don't know. Come up with something that's relevant to what you're doing. That's the best idea. So there you go. Mike has started a trend. It is, Ben. It's a nice plane. If we were closer, you could buy me a coffee and I'd let you plane the table in the coffee shop. Oh, there's a few. In rain, Gidgee itself, the timber when you're using it, it's beautiful. It's got a real sweet acacia smell. But before it rains, if you're walking through a Gidgee forest, the leaves stink. I didn't know that, but Terry was telling me, and he said, yeah, you can walk through the forest and you go, it's going to rain within a couple of hours. I said, how do you know that? He said, you can smell it. And yeah, so there you go. G'day, Panda. Steve, can you email your address? I can send Isabel's towel to Sue to do her magic thing on. Yep, I'll do that. I love my, yeah, Tormix are good, John, they really are. Only about half an hour. No, is it the big one, the 225? What is it, a T7, a 2000, a T8? Or what, or the smaller one? Yeah, he is, Max, he's away. He's dreaming of, not counting sheep, he's counting crumb cutlets. He got into me crumb cutlets last night too, they were very nice. Yeah, good on you. Well, there you go. Mike is going to send out the job he's working on in the moment to the question, why is Steve on his shed's roof? Best answer wins, and Mike's picking it. There you go. See, my brother is about to go upgrade his mini lathe, and I think he's going to buy a coronet. Well, you tell him he can't go wrong, but tell him to get the extension table with it. It doesn't come with the extension table. I find the extension table is great because when you're working, you can slide your live centre up, your tailstock up on there without taking it off. But he won't regret it. It is a brilliant machine. If he wants to come and try one, if he's local, he can come and try mine. There you go. There you go. All right, we're coming up with some interesting answers there. Let me get back to this and then I'll pull this apart. Oh, that's too much. I don't know what the go is. I really don't. Could be it's rotten timber too. It's as hard as, and the blade's sharp. Blade is definitely sharp. No, all right, I'm going to pull this to bits because it's giving me the irrits. It should not be working like that. So, okay, you want to see how to pull one of these puppies apart? Let's go. First of all, undo. We go all cams. What's that like? There you go. You should be able to see every angle there. This is the fence. I'm moving this fence here. So I'm screwing that out so then I can get the blade out. Hello, Roscoe. How you going? Thanks for dropping in. I like Trevor's. Oh dear. That could be the problem all along, you know. I've got a big lump of swarf stuck in there. That could be my problem right there. So I've got a clogged mouth. So, what we'll do, I'll take this out without cutting myself. How sharp is sharp? There's nothing wrong with that. I will quickly just strop it on the strop, which you won't be able to see, so I'll move it around, this one around, so you can see that, and then I can move that one back around to there. There you go. Actually, Trevor, I've got to tell you in a minute. Where I used to live, or we used to live. No, wait until I turn around. Cut my blasted thumb off with this. There you go. Where we used to live, there was a guy, and he used to get quite agitated sometimes. And his wife used to make him go and stand on the roof, sit on the roof, if he was, you know, playing up or getting a bit boisterous, whether he'd had a couple of chuffs or a couple of beers, whatever. And she couldn't handle him. She used to make him go and sit on the roof. She'd get the ladder, make him climb up there, and then she'd take the ladder away. And he'd have to stay up there for, a couple of hours until he calmed down. She wouldn't let him down again. Oh, dear, you know who I'm talking to, don't you? Oh, they were the days. Okay, so that's been sharpened, and you can tell it's on a fairly significant skew. Back's nice and flat, it's nice and shiny. If we want to just see how sharp it is, we can just go like that, and there it is. I personally would not like to have my finger underneath that. So it's bevel down, inserted in the mouth from below. See these two catches here, Ray? They actually clip into a locator pin that's on your up and down adjuster. So bevel down, pop it in there, clip it on the second, this one here. You'd use that one when you're really getting down in the blade. So this one here, it'll clip on. You should hear it clip. There you go. Well, perhaps you didn't hear it, but it's there. And then tighten the clamp. And then sight down the blade. Where are we? This one here. Sight down there, and you just want to see an even bit of blade coming all the way up. Only a hair's width of blade. What I do though is I put a big chunk out to start with, and then I can sight down, I can see it, and you have to even the blade up just by pushing it from side to side, so that blade that's coming out is even all the way across the sole. Where's the light that might help me? There we go. That's better. Where's me Mr. Magoo glasses? So I can. Oh yeah, I put them up somewhere so I wouldn't lose them. Where did I put them though? That is the question, isn't it? I remember thinking I'll put those up because I might need them later on. And where do you want to go out, Bob? Well, you've been a good boy. There you go, mate. I did, I had them. And I thought, I'll put them up somewhere safe so I can use them again. And I can't remember where I put them. That's a common thing, isn't it? What do I do? Oh, here they are. Are they? Or are they other ones? Oh, no. Oh, no. Let me Mr. Magoo ones. Okay. So now we'll clamp that down. So I've got it nice and even blade the whole width. I've clamped the blade in. Now I'm just going to retract it. Okay, got a little bit too much hanging out there, so I'll just move that way a little bit if I can. And the more times you use it, the easier it gets, obviously. Okay. That feels about right. We will give it a try. Whoa. Whoa, talk about C6 Steve. Okay, I might just back that up a little bit. Pull that down. And we should be good to go. So I'm going to readjust this fence again. G'day, poor man. Here we go. Very fine threads, which they have to be here. So you can get minuscule adjustments. Okay, how close are we getting there? I'll adjust it up to this width. That's there, that's there. All right, let's see how we go. Oh, isn't that better? Hey? That was what the problem was. Oh, you're welcome, Ray. If that's your problem, that would be good. Oh, mate, I'd stay out a bit longer so she does lock the door. Honestly. Just go and buy one. Does that help, Andrew? Does it? Oh, you get one. Oh, actually, they don't. Get out of it. They don't make these anymore. But I believe you can get the DX. Again, two choices: an HNT Gordon block plane, or they don't make those anymore, I believe. but they do a DX60. That's the Veritas one. Very, very nice block plane. You come round and use it. Oh, look at that. Oh, doesn't that make a difference? Well, I could have saved myself a lot of time if I'd just done that instead of procrastinating. We've got a hairdresser up here. Well, I believe he's around Australia, Stefan. And he was very helpful to me very, very early on. And had a wonderful dinner with him and Susie. And he helped me with a lot of things I was trying to sort out. And I remember sending him a letter once and saying I was having problems with procrastination. And I said, Stefan, how do you handle procrastination? And I had his letter on the wall of my office for years, until one day we had a big storm, lost half the roof, and the water came down the wall and ruined the letter. But it was brilliant. How do you handle procrastination? And he wrote, Dear Stephen, we all procrastinate. The secret is don't over procrastinate. So there you go. I think the idea is to sort out, are you procrastinating or are you being cautious? One is healthy, one's not. It might be semantics, but that's the deal. A little bit more to go. Yeah, these are good. Very nice. You've got to have the diffuser on it though, or else it's crap. Oh, so would I, James, absolutely. No, Trevor's just been Trevor, Max. Wow. Who else was having a bad day of storms? Was that... I've forgotten. Was it Chad, or was it Panda? Someone was having really bad storm. It might have been Jeff. I don't know. Someone had bad storms the other day. Oh. I don't know if you'd use that as a yardstick, would you, Trevor? Well, I only just thought of a thing because I couldn't see the blinking thing, and I thought, oh, that'll throw a shadow over it. So there you go. We both learned together today, Roscoe. Oh, look, I have, honestly, Devon, I've had 3 pairs of glasses on my head. I've working, and you do that, oh, where's my glasses? You put another pair on, and then you go like that, and you go, where's my glasses? And you get another pair, and then you realise you've got 2 on your head. Oh, I don't like these bifocal thingamajiggles, or trifocals, or what's the other, progressives. Oh, you're sitting there reading a book, and you're like that. Oh, no, I like to have mine all the same. Oh, yeah, oh, I didn't show you. Well, here, look. I don't want to pull that one apart. But look, all I'll do is just use a bit of candle grease on the threads. I'm not pulling those ones apart, I'll just tune that one. Here you go. All right. Here's the dovetail plane. I don't know if this screw thread will come out. It should. And if we've got time, we'll use this today. If not, we'll use it tomorrow. So just on the screw threads, get a little bit of candle without the wood and just do that. So you get wax in the thread and then just screw it in. No, not straight. In one turn back, then a turn forward, half a turn back, turn forward, half a turn back. And that way that'll actually bite all the threads with wax, and you will be surprised how well that works. Tea candles, if you haven't got, as I said, I bought about 1,200 candles at an auction once. So I'm pretty ripe for candles, but if not, just little tea candles are good. You got a little brass button in there. There we go. There we go. Oh. You go. What am I up to now? Anyone know how to get sandpaper lines out of acrylic pen blank? Mine's coat is self-used 2000 grit wet and dry, and now I have multiple scratches and don't know how to get rid of them. Now, I don't know, Trevor, you could answer that one. There's various ways you could do it. Use a polishing compound. Try Brasso. If you've got 2000 grit scratches, give Brasso a metal polish a go. Failing that, if you rub it up and down, you'll get rid of the swirly ones. Whenever you've finished doing turning, I've got this trick from Theo. Whenever you finish turning, always go up and down with the lathe turned off. That way you don't get across the grain scratches, you actually go with the grain. Oh, there you go, you see, Trevor, great minds think alike. Oh, gee, I tell you what, when I start seeing what you people are putting up with weather, I start to think, I'm fairly happy I'm living in Queensland. That happened to me. We were joking about that. I was with GMH at the time, and we went down to test. Oh, it was awesome. GMH opened their factory up, and we got to test all their cars, and we took them around the torture track. They wouldn't let us on the speed ring, but all the other things. And when we were leaving, somebody said, oh yeah, Melbourne, the weather changes. And I kid you not, from Fisherman's Bend, where the GMH factory was, to the airport, we went through sun, wind, rain, and cold. When we got to the airport, it was cold. There you go. Parrots are good eating, apparently. Roscoe, I don't know. Yeah, weather's weird stuff. Oh. I'm just reading. Oh, I told you about the brains trust I had when I was working in the jail, didn't I? Had one bloke there and he was trying to glue these two boards together, nail these two boards together. And it was with we've got a nail gun. Where's the nail gun? Oh, this is a staple gun, but it'll do. Right, and he's trying to nail these, and he couldn't get it because it was wobbling all around the place. So what he did, it was about that thick, which is an inch. He had a 40mm nail in the gun, put it up against his leg, put it on his shoulder, and went punk. And then he walked into my office with this bit of timber nailed to his shoulder and said, "Can I go and see the nurse?" I said, "You're an idiot." Oh dear. I'll tell you great stories about nail guns in that place. Ah. Ba-dum-bum. Right, now, ouch, bang, crash. Now you can have tornadoes all to yourself too. Oh, okay. Am I still doing this? Apparently. Oh, look at that. See? Why didn't you get me to do it earlier, Ray? That's much nicer. One more, I reckon. Actually, I'm going to just adjust this down too, because I think that fence was a little too high. Hello, there's Bob saying hello to somebody. Hello, get away, this is my town. I live here. Okay, so those that have just joined, I'm making lining boards, or these are Shiplap lining boards, and I'm using one of Terry Gordon's HNT Gordon Gidgee planes, and we were talking to him earlier on, and he's put up a $300 open order gift voucher. This is anyone around the world. If you're interested, you can email him at planemaker@HNT or go to his website, HNT Gordon. Email him, ask for a catalogue, and tell him the answer to the question. And the question is, what timber are most of Terry's Gidgee planes made out of? We're going to run it for 2 weeks, then he can pick the answer. I don't want the pressure of it. And whoever wins, $300 open order on his website. That's $300 Australian. He did specify that, Australian. So that means you get a very reasonably priced smoothing plane, or you can get a spoke shave outright, or a good deposit on one of these that I'm using. But as we said, this is woodworking in real time, and it's good for people to see that things all of a sudden don't come out of a box with some assembly required. There is actually a lot of hours goes into something that you don't see. I mean, you could cheat with this if you wanted to. You could cut it to within a millimetre on a table saw and then just finish it off doing this, so you get that hand planed feel. But I like just doing it for real. Someone asked me a question the other day about, do I feel more satisfied when I've done a job totally by hand? And in all honesty, yes, I do. So I'm a great believer in energies, and I think if you're working on a piece, your energy's going into that, and it's something it's not quantifiable, it's not tangible, but it is noticeable. I could be off on the planet, I don't know. But I tell you what, if I am, I'm pretty happy with the planet that I'm on. A little bit more to go. Ah, money, no. Hey, T-Bone! Did you get that email, mate? I sent it off to you this morning. I'm up to Trevor. A bloke asked a pirate how he lost his eye. He answered the day after he got his hook and a bird pooped in it. Oh, no, I like that one. Oh dear. Yeah, well, that could be it too. I used to think thunderstorms was God moving the furniture around. Isn't it nice when you share wind? That's just so good. Yeah, that's it. I'm there, Mike. I'm there. And look, I get some pieces. I get so attached to them. I just don't want to swap tawdry money for it. I've given jobs away, $1,000 jobs, because I didn't want to charge for it, or somebody I knew they would appreciate it, but they couldn't afford it, rather than do a job for someone who can afford it, but they're troglodytes. I mean, it sounds very up yourself, but yeah, there's some people I just won't do work for. I'm sorry. No. What are we on? The last one? Yay, team. No, 2. Then I want to see if I can fit these dovetails. We'll see, here we go. If I can get these done, I won't do the other one, I'll do the other one off camera, the other side. But I want to see if I can get the cabinet together, at least the top section. Then tomorrow we'll do sliding dovetails, get the shelves fitted, and we should be able to get the cabinet carcass together. I'm having thoughts about what I'm going to do with the doors. There's several ways you can approach doors, so we might explore those and come up with a solution. Did you come up with a winner yet, Mike? For those that have just hopped in, Mike is offering the piece he's working on at the moment as a prize for the best answer for why is Steve on the shed. There's been a couple of good answers. Haven't had many questions today. And you can understand why it was only the very wealthy that could afford furniture a few hundred years ago. The amount of labour that goes into it. And you can also imagine, especially in England, around the 1700s, when they all of a sudden found mahogany. Up until that stage they were using oak for most things, occasionally a bit of walnut. And then all of a sudden, mahogany arrived from the colonies. And straight grain, takes a finish, works well. In Australia it would have been cedar, but a lot of the cedar in Australia actually ended up in England and made into antiques over there. Well, they weren't made into antiques, they were made into furniture, which now are antiques. Got to quantify that. And the last one. I was going to put that other shot on, wasn't I? No. We joke about that, Trevor, we really do. Yeah, I have. I've flown my drone over the roof. In fact, I wanted to do that when I was painting my roof. I wanted to put the drone up and have it in hover mode and in follow me mode, actually. So as I was painting, it would follow me up and down the roof. But it didn't happen. I haven't finished the roof either, but I finished it enough that the solar panels could go on. This is a nice bit. Why don't I do this bit first? Although sometimes it's nicer to finish on a good bit rather than start on a good bit, because it leads you into a false sense of security otherwise. Oh, there we go. Now that's how it's meant to be working. So I tend to think it might have been the timber all along. Not the organic interface as I was first imagining. I'll tell you what, that sole of that plane gets warm, it's got a bit of heat to it. No, I'm gonna do lathe work, but I'm not going to announce it, Max. I'm going to wait until you start. I do, in all honesty, I want to get up there and do something. I want to do some epoxy work, so I might get around to that one day. What is your favourite bit of furniture you have made? Ooh. Apart from the fact that I can't remember what I've made, I really like the most functional thing I've ever done actually is a very small job, and it was a key cabinet for the hallway. That gets used. I don't know. I really enjoyed making the plate rack, which I've got a video of. That was totally handmade. There was no glues, no screws, and no machines. That was totally done by hand and all held together with wedges and mortise and tenons, and carved. Look, I've done some good ones. I think as you go. Oh, the Pembroke table that I did was really nice. I was happy with that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't sort of get hung up on the jobs. I know that's contra to what I was saying earlier about I can get really involved in a job. I think I enjoy the process more. Very similar. The other day I was talking about writing books, and my dad was an author and playwright. And the sad thing is, when you finish a book, you've got to say goodbye to the characters. I guess with me, with furniture, I just build up a relationship with it. And then when it's gone, it's gone. And it's like, you know, your best dog. He's beautiful when he's with you, but when he's gone, you remember him, but it's not the same. And you just move on to the next one. When I was in full production, which I definitely am not now, I'd work on a job, and as soon as that job was finished, I would take 2 days off. 1 day to totally clean the workshop, and then 1 day to maybe go out in the boat, because we live pretty close to a river, and go fishing for a day. And then next morning I wake up, go out, just grab the next card in the job box, and I really wouldn't have a clue what it was. You just look at it and, oh, I've got to make one of those, okay. This one at the moment is really lighting the fire. I'm enjoying this. I would like to think when I finish the bed, that's going to be a monument. A monument to patience on Susie's part. I've got a kitchen bench to do over there for her, which now I've got the rocking chair finished. Yes, Bob. I'll, as soon as I've finished this cabinet or got to a particular stage with it, I'll finish off the blender bench. I just love the idea of having an idea and making it happen. I suppose. A smidgen more. Just a smidgen. I think my favourite, although I'm enjoying this immensely, my favourite part is marquetry. I can totally lose myself on that. So I've made some boxes I've been really proud of. Done a few altars in cathedrals that were good. I think I was really happy when I was doing a lot of cathedral work. That was good fun. Because a lot of it was Gothic in nature, and I just love Gothic style of furniture. As I said, this will continue for a while, I believe, so I reckon I'll make a Glastonbury chair live. That involves a bit of lathe work, Max. And I don't know if you've ever seen the Glastonbury chair before, but if you just look it up online, it comes from the Abbey of Glastonbury, and they're meant to be steeped in tradition and what have you. But they're a beautiful chair. They are just held together with pegs. There you go. Look at that. They're held together with pegs and wedges. And the idea was, it was called a medieval folding chair. And back in those days, the chair was a status symbol. And the bishop used to have this chair, and his flunkies used to pull it to bits, and they'd follow him all around Sherwood Forest and what have you. And then when he came to do whatever he was doing, they'd pull it. I'm just going to clean this out. They'd pull the chair out, put it together, and he would sit there and hear confessions and hold court or whatever they do. And then it would get tapped apart and packed up and be assembled at the next place. But I like them. We had them as dining room furniture. And over time, I think kids have got them and they've just disappeared. So I'm thinking of making another dining room suite and having them as the chairs. So that's something that's definitely on the cards. Come here, you. Yeah, I think that's the trick with these, Ray. You got to make sure there's nothing stuck between the mouth and the blade. And don't do what I just did, because that's putting moisture in there. And I'm not going to go the other way, because I'll cut myself. There you go, good stuff. All right, let's have a look at these dovetails and find out why they don't join. There we go, so that can sit there. We'll go and get this other thing and see if we can work it out, wherever I put it. There we go. Now, I cut these ages ago, so obviously they have swelled and moved and what have you. There's no curve in that, so that's a good thing. The heck's that? No, so they should go in with a, hate that word should go in with a minimum of fuss. Okay. What I prefer to do, if you get something like this and they don't quite fit, I actually work on taking it off the pins. I don't, for those that don't know, these are the pins of dovetails. They're pins, and these are the dovetails. So called because they look like a dove's tail. Oh, it's interesting what happened there. Oh, I hate that. Something just came up and I can't see the chat room. That's all right, I'll move it over to there until that thing disappears. Oh dear. Oh, now it's disappeared, I can move it back. I don't know what that was. Big black thing just came up with volume and backlight or something or other. No idea. Oh, I like that one too, Panda. Yeah, protecting my shed so it doesn't become another sewing shed. That's what clothes dryers are for, James. What about the table with cabriole leg? No, yeah, nah. No, it was all right, I suppose. It didn't. Well, I think the thing I didn't like about that one so much, Max, was I had to make so many of the darn things so we could film it. G'day, Max GP. What time is it there, wherever you are? I'm in Queensland, Australia, and it is 10 past midday. I just work. That's it. I go up to the house and the wife goes, "You, turn round, work." I like that one, Earl. That's good. Favourite woodworking projects are those that make people the happiest. Yeah, it's good, 6 knots. I wish I could go out and get some. I really do. But it doesn't matter. It'll still be in the paddock when this is all over. And I will be up there. You'll hear me chainsaws going. I'm just going to, so we get these ones the right way. And we'll put this one there. All right, so I'm going to, what am I going to do? I might do them here. No, I said I'm going to do the tails, aren't I? I'm going to do the pins, not the tail. Contradict myself. Welcome everyone that's just joined. I'm Steve Hay. This is Woodworking Masterclass, and all I'm doing is streaming in my workshop as I'm actually doing work. So it's not a pretend stream of, oh, you know, I'm going to just do some stuff. This is real cabinet work that I'm doing, and it's in real time, and it's warts and all. So when I make a mistake in front of everyone. Okay, so that's going together pretty good, but it's still tight. So I'm just going to, you should see shininess on the inside of the pins when you do that, and you'll just see where that's rubbing. So I'm going to go over here. We'll switch cameras, squirt of water in there. And if you are new and you'd like to know what I'm doing, and I do this every day while we're in lockdown, and if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, that would really be terrific as well. Now I've just put water in the vise there. The reason for that is that stops it from slipping. And I'm going to put some downward pressure on that when I'm just cleaning out these pins. I'll put that there. So all I'm doing now is I'm looking above. I wonder if this is wrong. I'll have cameras everywhere. You won't be able to see a darn thing. I won't be able to see anything. God, I love cameras. Don't they get caught? If there's a cord on the floor that can catch, it will. Okay. Well, we go there. What happens? Okay, you can watch that way. And then there you can watch that. And here, you're just going to have to take my word for it. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. I think I've got the technology here. I can do this. No. Well, I can, but I don't want to. No, you're just going to have to take my word for it. Okay, so here, I'm looking down on the pins. We might have a bit of a light there too. It never goes straight. And I'm just seeing where it's catching. This one's catching a little bit on this edge here. So I'm just going to move that on this pin here. So I'm just going to take a little bit out of that. I'll use the chisel. That's the right width, which I think we'll have to go up. That's 3/4. We might go to 1 inch. And I'm just going to, I don't need my mitt on anymore, do I? Hold the back of the chisel right up there, sight down there, and then just a little bit of downward pressure. You've got to have sharp chisels, or else it's not going to work. And then we get a knife wherever a knife's gone. Where did my knife go? Oh dear. Hang on, I'll just get another one over here somewhere. Wait one. This one will do. Oh, that's an even better one there. There you go. So you press down and you can see I've got a curl there. Let me see if I can get myself around all these blinking cameras. Okay, so I've just paired that off and there's a waste bit there and you just cut in, take that out. Put this back up there. See how it's looking? Okay, that's fitting in there nicely now. This one's got a little bit here, so I'm just going to mark that. And take a little bit off of this one. Creep up onto it, don't try and do it all in one pairing. Knife in there, clean that out. Put it back on, have a look. Took a little bit too much off of that one. It's all right. Same with this one here. Give it a cut. No, it's just got to have a very slight bit taken off of there. possibly a little bit off there as well, and this end one's got to have a little bit off. And then I think we should be pretty good to go. It's imperative when you're doing dovetails, everything has to be sharp that you're using, or else you end up with cuts that aren't crisp, daggy ends, and you just get a pretty average looking dovetail joint. All right. That's not too bad. You'll find with a bit of glue, that's going to slide in a lot easier. So now we'll take that one out. Just worry it out. Okay. That one's okay. Do the other one. Another squirt of water, I think. And I try not to put the dovetails all the way home until I've finished gluing them, until I'm ready to glue them together. Because you can get into a situation where they do go home, it's a really good fit, and then you crack them because you got to pull them apart again to put the glue on. It does help if you get the right end. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, this one up here can have a bit off. That one there can have a bit off. So that's the way you can do them in multiples. Just run a knife along the edge and it will mark just where you're going to take away. Some or other, I mean, dovetails, they're just a joint. That's all they are. But they almost seem to have a Masonic handshake mystique about them. It's just a joint. That's all it is. It's to hold something together. Nothing hard about them. And, oh, that's right, they take a bit longer. And I'm always amused, you know, people will, and there's nothing wrong with it. This isn't, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but see people, and I've done it myself. You make a box and you dovetail the box. Well, that's purely for show only, because the box itself doesn't warrant having a dovetail joint because it doesn't really have any stresses involved with it. And then you've always got the quandary. If you make a box with dovetails, do you put the dovetails so they're through on the front, or do you have them on the side, or do you do half laps, or You know, what do you do? There was I don't know, I suppose they still make it, the thing called an Incra jig out years ago. And, oh, you can make gorgeous boxes with great little dovetail designs. And it looked pretty. So from a aesthetic point of view, yeah, it's fine. But from a functional point of view, it was a wee bit overkill. A bit like getting an 18-wheeler out so you can go and get the milk. Yeah, you can do it, but bit of an overkill. What's the one they got in Australia recently? Calling an ambulance for an ingrown toenails while trying to crack a walnut with a sledgehammer. And that sound you can hear, that's the sound of a sharp chisel. Okay, let's have a look-see. All right, so again, when I get a bit of glue on there, if I can see the screen, it'll be handy. When I get a bit of glue on there, that will go in a lot easier and a lot nicer, and it'll give me a really nice tight fit. You could, if you want, take just a smidgen more off, but I think I'll leave that until I glue it up. So what I'm doing, I'm worrying it up this end, and my wrist is underneath here, right up against the side, and I'm pushing upwards of that as I'm worrying the board. That way, minimises the breaking of any of the components. There you go. I'll put this one back over here now. Oh, let me have a chat. My battery's about to die too, Louise. Bum. Yeah, that's true. Susie uses those all the time, seam rippers or reverse sewing tools. I'm back with Trevor and we're, 8 minutes ago, half an hour, 20 minutes, 10 minutes ago. Yeah, they're beautiful, Devon. They're a beautiful chair. They're lovely to make too. I've got templates out there because I've made a lot of them, and yeah, they're nice. I like it, and I'll make it out of oak, which traditionally that's what they were made out of. Oh, really, Julian? There you go. I think the original one that they got from Glastonbury. Oh, there was two they might have got, and one of them is in Tunbridge Wells Cathedral. I think that's the one that the picture is on Google from Tunbridge Wells. Yeah, I like that. I like projects that get used and flogged. And where was I? I was in someone's house a little while ago, and there was a knife block I'd made over 30 years ago, and they still had it. Oh no, it still works well. Crikey, there you go. Hey Duck, how are ya? Mum's saying for the day was spread kindness like confetti. I'll tell you came on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm always jabbing myself with those things too, Devon. Seam rippers. You did. And yeah, I've done the shiplapping. Oh, there it is. You're right, Max. It's there. Thank you. I'll put that one back in my marquetry box. Trouble is the tools that I've got now, you know, if I lose them and I want to replace them, I don't make them anymore. That particular knife, that's an English version of a Stanley pocket knife, and it has the same blade that I use in my marquetry knives, which are 11040. No, that's not it. No, they're not those. That's the one I don't like. There are these ones here. Stanley 5901s. They're these little suckers there. They've got a really nice point on them. And the English Stanley pocket knife is this one here, and it actually folds away and uses that blade. But unfortunately, the knife that Stanley sell in America and Australia has that blade on it, and that blade is not interchangeable with this one, and I can't buy these for love nor money. I bought, maybe half a dozen a few years ago, and then that's a brass one I made up, which is a copy of the 109, which is my favourite knife that they don't make anymore. And then that's a brass handle one I made just so I could use it. But yeah, these are great. If you're in England and you do a marquetry, they are the knife. They are the business. Let me put this stuff back before I lose it. Oh, and this is another cool knife too. I've never seen these around before or after, but it's Fisk make it. And it's a finger knife. You put it over your finger like that, and then when you're cutting something out, you hold it like that, and you can just use it like a pencil. So, yeah, I bought that one, but I've never seen them since. Great little bit of kit, that one. So I don't know if you can pay some blades for that. I suppose you must be able to some way. I know not where. Let me go to this one. Yes, I got that right. I'm up to max. Oh, thanks, Stephen. I'm surprised she lets you with anything sharp, Trevor, really. What timber lines of iron? I think that's just pine, mate, I think. Oh, I don't know, give us a look. Yeah, most likely hoop pine, or might be kauri pine. Could be kauri pine in that one, I don't know. But yeah, just a soft wood. So the water absorbs in it and it swells up and goes, well, this, yeah, that one's Chilean myrtle in that one. And this one would be pine, I would imagine. Yeah, that'll be pine. There you go. When they get it, usually goes, oh yeah, it does. It doesn't stop. Oh, good, mate, good. Yeah, look, I was impressed. I was impressed with it. It's, no, it's not here. It's back up in the woodturning shed because, as I said, I want to make a handle and tap it and then turn the handle to go with the handle. We might stream it, as I said. All right, Juliet, you have a good sleep. Thank you for your indulgence. 3:30 in the morning, crikey. Which squeak? I don't know. Which squeak? Is it me squeaking or one of the vices? My dad used to make cedar document boxes using finger joints and camphor laurel. Yeah, terrific. Oh, finger joints are terrific. And again, a finger joint is a totally acceptable joint for a box. You can do it on the table saw. It's a mass production setup, and it's great. But there's nothing wrong with using dovetails on boxes. It's just aesthetically it's okay, but construction-wise it really doesn't make any difference. The reason for the dovetail, is particularly in drawers, is because you're pulling a drawer, and when you've got it like that, you've actually got this wedging action of the dovetails pulling against the pins, so your drawer stays together. Whereas if you just have a lap joint or a butt joint and you pull, the drawer front can fall away. But by having the dovetails in the sides, that locks in, and that's the reason for dovetails. Initially, that's what they were for. This is for a cabinet, and again, with a cabinet it's interesting because, yeah, which way do you have them? Do you have the tails facing up, which looks better, or do you have them along the top, which is more functional? But anyway, these two answers are both stand by it, so you know. Yeah, it was a cute little knife, that one. Yeah, that's a stuffed duck all over the joint. Oh, did I tell you? You're too late, but I'll tell you anyway. I was talking to Terry Gordon earlier on, Duck, and he's put $300 gift voucher up for anyone that, the deal is you just send him an email, he'll send you a catalogue, and if you answer the question, say you were watching me, and if you answer the question, you go in the draw for a $300 gift voucher, Australian dollar gift voucher for any Terry's tools. And the question was, what timber does Terry make his gidgee planes out of? I'm going to tell him that. Might ring him up later on. You go, oh, you made it too easy. But anyway, there you go. Oh, it was a dovetail squeak. No, that can stay there, mate. No, that's good. I like a squeak there. It means it's a tight fit. Yeah, spindle model, you can get the cutters, just a whole lot of little straight blades, and don't like spindle moulders, they freak me out. But if you're doing production runs, yeah, I can imagine spindle moulder would be the way to go. Okay, Panda, we'll catch you tomorrow. Well, I don't know, I suppose. The $300 is for the tool. I don't know. I'll have to ask him. Dear oh dear. I'll check with him in the next couple of days and let you know. Devon, have you ever tried a swivel knife on market tray inlay? They're made for leather. Now, I've tried that little knife. I don't know. Haven't tried a swivel knife. I've tried that little finger knife. It's okay, but I prefer my bigger knife. Night Panda, we'll catch you later on. So, well, that's just, I think that's just about wrapping it up. What else have I got to do? I've got those fitted, so I can glue those. They're ready to be glued. Yeah, actually, they should be glued maybe today, because then tomorrow we can fit, which one? The sliding dovetail, which is the bottom, which is this one. And then we can cut the shelf for this. And then when we've got the carcass done, can work out how we want to put the doors. And also I'll show you how I'm going to fit the shiplap so it doesn't, yes, I'll remember. For later on, we did the shiplapping. It took ages, but it's done. I might even, I don't know, I'll see how I go. I might finish that off this afternoon. and we can do more work on this cabinet tomorrow. So that's it for today, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Have you ever tried? No, there we go. That's it. So good night, Randy. And this is Steve pulling the shed doors down, saying thank you for everyone in the chat room. Hey, we're 21 today, 21 days straight. There you go. Oh, will it? Oh, I can do it. I'm tough. I'll just eat lots of cake. So, thanks for all the mods that are in there. Thanks for everyone that's joined in the chat. Thanks for the new people that joined the channel. And if you're on the outside just looking in, by all means jump in, get your feet wet. They're a great bunch offering support and help for anybody out there that's feeling a little bit alone or not quite knowing what to do. Jump in the chat room and you'll soon be made to feel most welcome, and we appreciate your input. So this is Steve pulling the shed door down, saying thank you one and all, and remember to keep it sharp, but more importantly, keep it safe. Look after yourself, be kind to each other, and remember, just because someone's got a different opinion to you doesn't mean to say you have to take it on. So till we meet again tomorrow morning, same time, in the workshop, at the workbench. I forgot. See, it was so easy when I was doing this once a week. I just had a set platter, but now it's everything. So that's it. I think I'm going to go and have a lie down too. So God bless you. Be safe. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Till then, hooroo.